Hello and welcome back everybody to some more Shogun 2 online battles. Today I'm going to be doing a double feature. Both of them are going to be featuring me. And I'm going to go ahead and slap this into pause real quick. So welcome to cringe, high level players avert your eyes now. Everybody else who wants fun, stick around. So let's go over my army real quick. I brought two Yari Samurai, both level 3, maybe one of them's level 4. No, both level 3. My Portuguese Tercos, level 3, lead conversion, fucking great unit. My Daikyu Samurai, level 5, 3 Nodachis, one of which is veteran, 2 Nagi Attendants, 2 Yari Cav, both level 3? Both level 3. And my Genbo. So that is my army, and then my opponent, oh, by the way, this is Chubu Pass, or Shubu Pass. My opponent, who has gone for an interesting army and has brought the Black Flag. I haven't seen this since the days of Era Carthage when this game was brand new. So he's trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do, but I'm going to quickly go over. He's brought a scare build. He has brought a morale shock kind of army that you would usually see in Warhammer or maybe Rome 2. Because his general has bow and leadership, and he has the scare enemies. He has also brought these matchlock monks, which matchlocks have great morale penalties, and then he's brought these bow monks who have whistling arrows. Whistling arrows also have morale penalties. So I'm thinking he has intentionally gone for a scare build. I don't know whether to be impressed or just like, okay. But he has brought one level 4 longsword. You can tell by the little flags down here, or if you read the little unit card. Tells you right there. With chevrons, he has brought a vanilla matchlock monk, and then level 2 long yaris is general, who's level 7. Level 3 bow monks, 2 Nagi attendants, a Wako raider all the way up here, who is level 8. And then he has brought Yari Cav, Light Cav, Monk Cav, and a Great Guard. The Monk Cav is level 3, and also a Sword Attendant, who is going to go capture the Archery Dojo. We got Shrine Dojo, and a Sword Dojo. So, let's go ahead and get this battle going. So, as you can already tell, I've already made a misclick. I had this Yari Samurai, Brother Buddha. I was going to sneak them up and take out this Sword Attendant, maybe go capture the Shrine Dojo. Shrine Dojo was the main priority. And then I see him moving all of his cavalry forces over here, so I'm going to move my 2 Yari Cav over there. And obviously, I had moved the unit cards, so I wanted this one on the right, but I moved it to the left. And then I had that one on the left, but I had it on the right. Yeah, so that's good. So I had these guys moving up over there, which wasn't what I wanted them to do. Then I had these guys moving up over there. So, you know, that's already been a good fuck up. Because, you know, I wanted that Yari Samurai to lead the charge, and then my Yari Cav to help. I'm going to have my Portuguese Tercos move in and see if they can get a couple volleys in. I'm going to move in one of my Yari Cav, better than Light Cav. It is going to take the charge from the Nagi Monk and the Great Guard, but it got the downhill charge, so it did good. This Yari Cav is going to mop up this Light Cav real quick. He is sticking in wedge formation. Weird, but okay. I moved up this Nagi Attendant to do that, and then his Wako Raider popped back up. I was like, oh shit, so I'm moving this Nagi Attendant around to help out in this fight, and I do get rid of his Light Cav real quick. His Wako Raiders do get into my Yari Cav real quick, and then I move in my Nagi Attendants to intercept them. This Yari Cav is faltering. It got 44 kills, really messed up the Great Guard. Pretty much killed one cavalry unit because it's brought him down both to half strength. This Yari Cav had to come in and help because these guys got caught in the back, and I need to get rid of them. But he kept this Yari Cav free, and now he's going to chase down my general. This matchlock is firing into these Wako Raiders because I need to get rid of them. I don't really have an answer to his Yari Cav back here, and he does get my general and will take him out. I'm moving up this Yari Samurai because I wanted to get into his matchlock monk, but he does screen well with his Nagi Attendants. I will give them a charge order on the Nagi Attendants, but I was hoping to get rid of them real quick, maybe hold up his army. He is going to move around his load swords and try and outflank, and he does scare them away, so they won't do too much. I do move up my Nodachis to get rid of that Nagi Attendant because I want this one to capture the Sword Dojo. Yari Cav has killed or wounded Old Klein, poor Old Klein. I am firing at him with my Daikyu Samurai. Still trying to get rid of his Wako Raiders who have gotten rid of one of my Nagi Attendants. They did pretty good though. Held them up for a long time. This Yari Samurai is now engaging them. His Yari Cav back here is going to be a pain in my ass for a very long time, and then my opponent does something weird. He is going to chase down my Yari Samurai, and kill them to the last man. My morale is starting to falter now, which is not good for me. I did manage to get a rally off before my general went down. It's not going to do too much, but I've gotten rid of his Walker Raider. His Yari Cav is still back here trouncing around, getting this Yari Samurai to get them, trying to get my matchlocks to fire in on him. This Nagi attendant was trying to run in and do something, I don't know. But I finally got rid of his other Nagi attendant. My Nodachis are now going to do a charge. These ones get a clean charge onto his sword attendant, should mop them up real quick. My Daikyu Samurai are on fire at will. I will have them firing into his more valuable targets like its Bow Monk and its Matchlock Monk. Here quickly, my morale is starting to falter because his general obviously does scare builds. Fire arrows are going in, whistle arrows are going in, morale is starting to drop. So I go ahead and pop Bonsai on all my units because that one was wavering, that one was wavering, that one was in the red. I need them to stay in this fight. He doesn't have too many infantry. His Long Yari Ashigaru are not in Spear Wall, so I will be able to take them out rather well with my Nodachis here in the forest. His Yari Cav, for the fucking love of God, just finally routes. Did do good damage to my Daikyu Samurai. Our Portuguese Tercos are still in good condition, moving this Yari Samurai around to get into his general, bringing these Nagi attendants in to finally capture the Sword Dojo, because all of his units are finally out of it. He did a good job keeping me from capturing the Sword Dojo, which really would have handily won me this battle. He has inspired this Lone Sword. They will get a lot of kills, but they will falter down to 2 Nodachi Samurai. This Nodachi Samurai is not doing too good. It got shot up on the way in. Did outflank with this one and still moving in this Yari Samurai. Moving up my Portuguese Tercos to get fired as general, but he moved his general back, so now I'm just going to have both of my ranged units focus down his Matchlock Monks. He does rout off one of my Nodachi Samurai, but it's not going to do him too good. Got these guys on fast charge so I can catch his Bow Monks, because I just don't want them firing, and I will not catch his general for the life of me. And now I finally got my Portuguese Tercos firing at his Matchlock Monks, but with the Shrine with that 17 morale, that is just ridiculous, and then it's going to take a long. You little bastards, you're friendly firing my Japanese Samurai, you fucking Portuguese bastards. But I caught his Bow Monk temporarily with my Yari Samurai. He will disengage from this, but not before taking 20 losses. So not looking good for my opponent. I still have pretty much all my infantry other than my Nagi Nens and that one Yari Samurai he obliterated. Poor Brother Buddha just was not having the peaceful day, was he? These Matchlock Monks are finally going to rout, and due to my Withering combined for my Daikyu Samurai and my Portuguese Tercos, I am still chasing off his Bow Monk. I've moved these guys in a loose formation because his general was just kiting me. This really did remind me of Warhammer battle. Scare builds, kiting. Ooh. But he was like, oh, well, I'll just keep chasing you. And I was like, fine, I'll turn around my Yari Samurai since you don't have negate spears. And that was not a good choice on his part. And that is going to spell the end for my opponent. Sorry I didn't get you all some sexy cam. And, but this was a quick one. This was a quick one. Portuguese Tercos got 105 kills, pretty good. Daikyu Samurai got 90, but it was on high value targets. Nodachi Samurai did awesome in this battle. This Nagi attendant didn't do shit other than capture dojos. And this Yari Samurai I think got like 100 and something kills. But I'll go ahead and get you all the stats for that. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next battle. Alright, welcome to the second battle, everybody. This is a small funds battle, and my opponent, we'll go over to him. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Uchiha? I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. He is a level 1 or 0, so completely new player. He's brought Yari Ashigaru, Bow Ashigaru, Yari Samurai, 2 Light Cav, and his general, and he does have a couple Lone Swords in here. And I have brought 4 Nagi attendants, 2 Katana Samurai, one of which is the awesome... Yeah, I'm not going to butcher your name this time. I swear to God I won't do it this time. But you know who you are. You keep watching. You keep enjoying. Thanks for the comments on the videos. Brought 2 Katana Samurai, one of which is veteran level 2, 2 light cav, and a level 3, level 2. Yeah, level 2 bow cav. My bad. And my general, obviously. So let's go ahead and get this battle started. There is a shrine. Oh, this is Gifu Crossing, by the way. Farmhouse and a shrine on this map, and I'm going to go ahead and plop this into fast forward because my opponent does not move. I'm not going to say this to be mean. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be a prick. I'm an asshole, not a prick. Let's get that straight. My opponent does not move, and he takes up a defensive geometry. He is a new player, so he's just doing what he knows. He's brought a good line of bows. Well, he's brought a line of bows in good amount. He's brought some cavalry to support the flanks. He's brought spears to fend off infantry that will hold. This is obviously somebody who's played the game and is played campaign, because that army will work in campaign. And he's got the hill advantage in the woods, so this is a good position for him. Now the Yari ashigaru do kind of scare me, because I just have Nagi attendants and Katana Samurai, and if he goes in a spear wall box, then my only answer is this one Bocav who does not have extended ammo. So, you know, I didn't pick the right upgrades, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and capture the shrine and the farmhouse, which will set down a countdown timer. I think it's like 9 minutes or 10 minutes. Your opponent has to decap one of them, otherwise you win. But for the meantime, I'm going to pick on his cavalry, because right now his cavalry... I want to get them off the field so I can have supremacy, and I'm going to weaken his light cav, because I only have 2 light cav and he has 2 light cav, and fair fights are for chumps. So I will use my bow cav to weaken his light cav so I can have a favorable engagement, all the while keeping out of range of his bow ashigaru, because I don't want to just wheel these guys up so they can get shot to death by these poor peasants with, oh, I don't have the various unit odd looking skin. I like that skin. This is a good skin. I'm tired of all of them looking the same, but I just played this, so, you know, I wasn't sure if mods would fuck with multiplayer, but I've gone ahead and captured, or I'm about to capture both of them, and I'm just going to keep my army back here while I just keep all my focus on this Bocav. So we'll go ahead and we'll just pop this into fast forward, because I'm just shooting up his light cav with my Bocav. He is going to move over his Yari ashigaru to support. I would have moved up the Yari Samurai, because 5 morale versus 10 morale. 20 versus 25. Bonus versus cav, by the way. That's what I meant there. So he has just finally gotten tired of me picking on his bow cav, or picking on his light cav for my bow cav. So I'll go ahead, I'll charge in just 1 light cav to tie up both of them. Then I'll move this one around. And I want to shoot his Yari ashigaru with my, my light cav. And I forgot to tell them to move around, so they go ahead and charge in here real quick, which is not my intent. They do take only 1 loss, and it's both of his light cav shattered. So mission accomplished. I've gotten rid of his cavalry, and his Yari ashigaru starts a rout just because his friends are routing, and he's very far away from his general, and they don't like to do that. So instead of just charging in, which I'm not going to do, and get rid of my light cav because I've just won the cavalry supremacy, why the hell would I just waste them on 1 Yari ashigaru? I'm waiting for his Yari ashigaru to get out of the woods. So I can start peppering them with bow cav, because like I say, they actually kind of scare me in this, because if they go into spear wall, I'm not going to win in a frontal engagement, and I don't have the troop numbers to just go around, because I do have to get rid of his bows, and 2 light cav are not going to be able to take on 4 bows all at the same time unless he completely blobs them up. And I didn't know he had the lone swords in here. Obviously, I knew he had something hidden in here because he didn't want to move. Because I've had both of these captured, and he's not moved an inch. So I will just continue to pepper him. If he doesn't move, I win. And I will use my Bocav's advantage to, you know, however the hell I want. And I'm moving around my light cav to... Is that a castle in the background? Oh, it is. Cool. Sorry. I kind of want a fucking squirrel. But I'm just moving around my light cav, seeing if my opponent has any more light cav hidden in the woods. I didn't know if he did. So I'm just kind of testing him, but I figured if he did, he would have already moved them. He is moving this Yari ashigaru away. He doesn't like them being shot anymore. And he's going to move up this bow ashigaru because I've been firing at his Yari samurai. And I am going to go ahead and move this light cav around to the back, pretty close to the red line, just to see if he is paying attention and if I can get a quick charge in on these bow ashigaru. So I move up my bow cav, start peppering his Yari cav some more, and I kind of mismicroed that. I didn't move these guys back fast enough, but I got pretty lucky and I didn't take a loss. I wanted to waste some of his volleys, but that would take a long time. And it's at this point where I start walking up my army because I was like, okay, he's obviously not going to move, so I'll see if I can just distract him with my cavalry and then move up my army. And I don't care if my Nagi attendants get shot up by bow ashigaru. Bow ashigaru won't get a whole lot of kills on them. They're already in loose formation. But he was responsive because I moved up my light cav to charge on his bow ashigaru, and he did move up his Yari samurai, so obviously he is paying attention. Not that a whole lot is going on in the battle for him to be distracted, but you know, that's cool. But he has moved up, or moved back to bow ashigaru, because he is focusing on my cavalry, so that gives me a pretty good opportunity to just walk up my men. And I think it's about this point I start running them, and I decide this is when I'll engage. Yeah, because look at that, first volley only took 2 losses. That's fine with me. And it's only Nagi attendants. So it's time to run. It's time to run. This Nagi attendant is taking some fire. It's fine with me as long as it's not my katana samurai. And I was like, I wonder if he's really paying attention. So I moved my light cav, and I tried to click an order on his general, and it wasn't happening. I was like, come on, general, general, general. And then it finally happens. So I am going to get a quick rear charge into the back of him. He doesn't have negate spears, but light cav won't do all that much damage. But my Nagi attendants are in here against his lone swords. Nagi attendants won't do the best, but hey, they'll do somewhat. And I do get into his Yari ashigaru. He does not go into spear wall. He does go into spear wall with these guys, which I didn't see. I was just kind of clicking orders at this point. Trying to get this light cav in here to kill his general because his morale will not hold up. These katana samurai have completely mopped up these lone swords. Popped a rally with my general just because, hell, why not? These Nagi 10s are holding up these Yari samurai, firing at something with my bow cav. He did move up this Yari ashigaru and has pretty much killed this light cav. My other light cav got rid of his general, and it's just a matter of time. But not saying this to be mean to my opponent again, but don't just camp in the back. Defensive geometry works sometimes, but it didn't work out too well this time around. So if you lose your cavalry and you do have the bow supremacy, move up your bows with spear support. Yeah, 2 light cav are kind of scary, but they're just light cav, so don't be dreadfully afraid of them. It's hindsight 2020, right? But either way, good game to my opponent. And I'll go ahead and get new stats. So thank you for joining me, everybody. I'll see you all next time.